and she voices this by providing an 11-step blueprint to create jobs throughout America. Her first step is to repair our economy by zeroing out tax rate on foreign earnings, and this will not come out of taxpayers' wallets.
It's basically a 9% tax on the individual, a 9% tax on business, and a 9% tax, national sales tax. This will do away with the IRS and the 16th Amendment.
Newt Gingrich believes that one way to put Americans back to work is to reform the tax code. What Newt suggests is a 15% optional flat tax, regardless of incomes.
Who? As was the same response with many of my friends. Fred who? This was the same response thousands of Americans have every day when they hear about Fred Carter, and I can imagine is the same reaction many of you are having right now. I have to say to these people and to you, Fred Carter is a man who identifies with the working American. He is a moderate Republican with sensible views and a realistic approach. He supports keeping jobs in America, working towards energy independence, the legalization of marijuana, immigration reform, global prosperity, and American equality.
My candidate believes that a balanced budget approach must be taken when it comes to fiscal responsibility of the government. Ron Paul has never voted for an unbalanced budget that's come his way. And the economy is not an accounting error. I hear a lot of people talking about, oh, if we just change the budget here, if we change it there, well, then it'll fix. It's not a budgetary accounting problem. It's a philosophical problem. You know, if you think that we can protect everybody from cradle to grave and go police the globe and be in 130 different countries, it won't work. It's a philosophical problem that needs to change.
Rick Perry feels that this country is on the wrong path. And unfortunately, he's right. This country has suffered too long. Too long has the administration in the White House swindled us on the auspices of hope and change. Tonight, with this mock election, we can begin to change all that.
No. Mitt Romney has put out the most comprehensive, most detailed, most aggressive economic plan of any candidate in the race, and it's based on real-world experience doing real jobs in the private sector. And I'm honored and privileged and excited to support him as our next President of the United States.
As President on day one, I will focus on rebuilding America's economy. It's a foundation of our strength. The 21st century can and must be an American century. It is our duty to steer it onto the path of freedom, peace, and prosperity. Let future generations look back on us and say, they rose to the occasion and they led our nation to safety and greatness. Believe in America. Thank you so much. God bless us.
Mitt Romney is unparalleled in his understanding of the economics. That is one of the skill sets he's going to take to the White House.
You are going to fight for what you believe in. You are going to make enemies, and it will cost you. Courage is augmented by a group, but it's tried to the hilt when you stand alone. And our country is perishing on the installment plan. Slowly but surely, we are drowning in a sea of debt. You are obligated to a debt that you will never be able to pay, and neither will your children. And that debt went to bail out banks. It went to bail out the auto industry. It went to bail out the insurance industry. And so, before I go any further, any of you who are poli-sci majors or who follow politics know that I am a pro-life activist. I want to restore the protection of law to unborn babies. That's a given. I will never flinch on that. I'll take a bullet for that. You could kill me, and I will not back down. If you follow my life and my public work, you know about my work concerning marriage being between one man and one woman. These are well-documented parts of my public service.
We need a president who can inspire Americans across all divides. We do not need one who appeals to our fears and fuels mutual distrust. We need a president who can ask all Americans about their sacrifices necessary to change the course of this country. We do not need one who asks us to go shopping while we send our young soldiers off to make those sacrifices for us. We need a president who understands that the government is not about politicians. However, it is about us, the people. We need a president who understands that the government is not composed solely of politicians, corporations, or lobbyists. It is about we, the people. We need a president who requires us to think, inspires us to dream, and challenges us to take action. We do not need one who asks us to trust blindly, to consume thoughtlessly, and to follow the status quo without question. Do not underestimate the power of hope, of words that inspire. We are at a pivotal crossroads in this country. We can choose to continue down a path that will leave a legacy for our children of debt, perpetual wars, and environmental collapse, or we can create change. Only one candidate seems to get that it is not about him. It is about us, and more importantly, it is about our attitudes. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we wish to see. It truly does begin with us. For these reasons and more, the choice to keep President Obama as President of the United States of America is clear. It's all about the attitude that we keep. Now I ask you, how's your attitude?
Yes, we can!